Alright guys, it's Sunday. The hearse is done. It's sitting outside. It's getting picked up tomorrow morning. I tried to upload a video for you guys last night of that thing being all buffed and matching up and looking good, but still having problems uploading to YouTube here, and this one may be, not able to be uploaded until Monday or Tuesday, but I'm going to try it when I get home. I'm inside working on this Chevy truck. I buffed it above that trim and below the diamond plate rail on the side. That's looking good. When I originally buffed out this truck, it was winter time. I couldn't get it outside to wash it. I got compound sling. I didn't mask my jams. I was tired. I should have never messed with it. This truck was painted 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I forget how long it's been. And we just now got it back here to get it all cleaned up and detailed up. I got compound sling in my door jams, and this stuff is like concrete. So let's see if we can see it down there. That's got a little red tinge to it. This is acrylic enamel. You scrape it with your thumbnail and it doesn't budge. So I did some research online, and somebody said use a steamer, like a little portable steamer like this guy. Let's see, I'll move it out where we can see it. And that's got a little bristle brush. I've had this for a long time. This thing works great for cleaning upholstery, and it's got a wand attachment for the end of it there. You can put a microfiber pad on, and that works awesome for cleaning leather seats, especially if they've been neglected. I used it on my focus on my F350 Lariat out there on the leather, and it cleaned it up pretty nice. They were just real dirty. So the other thing I heard was use peanut butter, and I thought, well, that might be good if you're a dog or a squirrel or something like that. You really like peanut butter. So I've been trying it, and I'll be damned, it works good. Now, it doesn't wipe it off like magic, don't get me wrong, but the oils in the peanut butter get down into the compound where it's caked like that and soften it up, and that was kind of a bad spot there, so I just put some on there and I'm letting it sit. But basically, I just got a white ball. Let's see, this may be ready to work with me. I'm going to try and hold it. Excuse the shaky cam. But you rub on it, and then the oil in that peanut butter loosens it up so you can scrape it off. Now, this is a tedious, pain in the ass job, any which way you slice it. I tried the steamer, and the steamer doesn't really get it off completely. It may help loosen it up, but basically rubbing on it with that peanut butter. Now, probably the oilier the better. Somebody said use WD-40, and I tried a spot inside the engine compartment, and it's taken the red paint off with it. Like you can see orange on the towel, so we're not going to use WD-40. But this is not taking anything off except for the compound. So we're going to go around the whole truck. It's mostly just the door jams and the hood jam. The hood jam I may just Scotch-Brite it out of there. Doesn't matter, it's dull inside there anyway from the little bit of overspray. So that's going to need to sit a little bit longer, but I'll see. I got a little bit on my towel here. I'll walk around the truck and see if I can find, like, let's see, too close. I don't know if you guys can see the white specks just above my finger, but a little rub with that towel, and the ones that are on slick paint, ooh, that looks like bird shit, they come off, and they come off easy. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff, you couldn't pick it off with your thumbnail or fingernail before. But the peanut butter, the oils in that, get into that compound and loosen it just enough that if it's a bad spot, it'll come off. Now, if you get it on your rubber trim, you're kind of shit out of luck. It's real hard to get out of that. I got a few little spots. I did leave the truck masked up for a lot of it, but we had pulled the paper back to kind of see what it looked like, and that was my bad. But anyway, it leaves an oily residue. I got to go over the truck and wax it anyway, but stuff comes off. Doesn't come off easy, but it comes off. Let's try and find another spot just to give you guys a little how-to something to deal with today. Right by the edge of that mirror, there's a bunch of little dots of it. So I'll get a couple of these here. It seems like the stuff that's got a little bit of actual paint in it is a little harder to get it to come off, but it still comes off. And where it's real thick, I'm just sort of piling it on there and letting it sit. I wouldn't say do it in the sun. I don't think that'll work because it'll dry up too quick. But one thing that might work is peanut oil or vegetable oil or something, either on a white ball or a soft cloth, and it might loosen it up even better than this. The peanut butter is nice because it's like having a compound in your hand. I've tried buffing it off with compound, and that does not work in this particular instance. It may work for some things, but we're a little dull up around these windows here, but this paint job was done a long time ago, and it is enamel. Now this truck does sit inside. That one's gonna have to sit a little longer. Mostly though, the little specks, they come off. So that's kind of my little, what I learned today on the internet. I just typed it into Google. I'm much better about buffing now. I don't make this kind of mess, but I was just learning how to cut and buff back then, and I wasn't as good of a painter back then, 4 years ago or longer. I've been painting for a long time, but it's been off and on, and things change. And I mean, I never really learned to spray enamel paint super flat when it was, those were the kind of vehicles I was doing. But I know how to spray it flat now. This truck, one side was sprayed with my finish line with a 1.5 tip in it, and the other side of the truck was sprayed with a no-name HVLP, probably maybe it was an ATD or something like that, with a 1.4 tip in it, and it just wouldn't lay out. It was cold, and we had some runs in the other side, so we wet sanded and I buffed the whole truck up to, I think I stopped at 1500, and then I compounded it. I mean, as you can see, the truck is shiny. There's still some little minute scratches here and there, but I mean, this was not a full-on restoration. Prime the truck 5 times and block it out and make it all nice perfect. This was basically just a repaint to make it shiny again. It did have primer on it. We did block the truck, but there's still scratches in it and stuff in the undercoat. So, and it was this color before, so there were scratches in that old paint. And I mean old. This truck is actually a 79, but 79 and 80, I think 80 they went to these square headlights in some of the trucks, not all of them. Now, this truck, you probably saw the diesel emblem on the hood up here. This is not a diesel truck, but the truck that we were replicating had a 350 diesel in it. This one's just got a 305 in it, and it's a good running truck. But we were basically trying to replicate a truck that my friend's father had back when he was young, 10 years old, 8 years old. And that's what we did, aside from engine and all that, but color's the same, interior's the same, basically everything's the same. This truck is not a Silverado, however. There's no air conditioning, it's got tilt, and that's about it. No cruise, no nothing else. So at any rate, that was my quick little how-to for you guys. Maybe I'll get you a final of it if I get this thing wrapped up today. It's already like 1:30. I just need to get all this compound out of the truck, and then we're gonna go ahead and attack this bed liner problem. And if I can get some time, you probably can't see it. The top corner of this door is light. It got wet sanded through, and I touched it up, but it was still really light. So probably is what I'll do. I'll pull that window louver off, the little rain guard right here, not this one, and I'll scuff the top of this door down, and I'll put quite a bit of color up here, and then I'll over reduce it and spray over reduced paint into my scuff zone, and then I'll come back with some reducer and just knock it off, and then put it outside and let it dry, and then I'll just wet sand and buff that top. I'm not really gonna say that I'm great at doing enamel or urethane paint blends. I can do it on base coat, clear coat, but I never had any practice at this. All my work with enamel, you know, Centauri or regular polyurethane paints was all overall paint jobs. So, or equipment paint, you know, stuff we didn't have to worry about. So this is one of about 4 that I've painted with single stage paint. And like I said, guys, it's not a show winner, but it's a nice driver, and we're gonna get it cleaned up and make it look pretty again, and get that bed liner fixed. So I'll catch you guys later.